Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Testing to it. It works. It works. Alright, so now we're live. Oh, for God's sake. What is this shit? Computer is at risk. It is always at risk. It's on the internet. There's always risks. There's risks in everything. What are we going to do? Our whole lives just sit and watch paint dry? Please. Okay, so today's weekly blog is brought to you by Wild Turkey Rare Cola. It's not really. I swear these people would be like, this guy, why does he keep doing that? It's not. He's not getting any funding for this. Of course not. I just wanted to. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, hey, how's it going, everyone? This week, I was talking to my mate, and I got his approval to. We actually have a power station idea that we were going to do on his farm. As it stands, that isn't actually going to happen because of the needs changing. And yeah, I mean, look, the best way to describe the power station idea is it's very similar to that of the Swiss power station, the gravity battery. If you look up the gravity battery, it's a less complicated, a better version of their one. Our power station idea is a better version of their one. So I got his approval to give it to the government for free because there is a condition though that if they do build our power station, that we get recognition for it of some kind. You know, whether that's like a plaque or I don't know, like our name in the paper or something to say that yes, we were a part of that project and we came up with the idea. So that's basically where my thoughts are on that. I will check it with him as to what he wants. Personally, that's what I would want. Obviously, money would be great, but look, if you're giving an idea away for free, you're probably not going to get any money. Why would I want to do this? Simply because it will get built and it will get used, and it could potentially help a lot of people. There's a great look. I can, if you want, there has to be some sort of interactions on YouTube's for this. If you want detailed analysis of our power station, I will go through it once I've done my project, my proposal. The proposal will take a while because I want to do it properly. So I want to make sure that I've buttoned off everything as best I can. So at least from my point of view to the next person, it is a correct proposal. That it's not like some shite show. It's not some like hack two-hour job. You know, looking at it going, it's just one idea amongst many. I want it to be an actual proper proposal where someone will go, this is a good idea and this can be used in many situations. And will it be effective? I don't know. I think the next stage will be if I can get the proposal off the mark, then possibly it will go to an engineering department in one of the universities and they'll check to see that the idea is feasible and can generate money. Like obviously that's the end goal here is that you're generating electricity cheaply, if not for free, or just about. And because that's that look, the cost of energy really, like when you look at this house, for example, this house is like 26 cents an hour. Can't be that much. Like the price of electricity has to be quite low. So to generate it shouldn't be huge money. So yes, so when people talk about the cost of coal and everything and how much we pay, well, to run this house, I think it's about let's see. Let's see how much $26 an hour is. I think it works out to about $5.30. If that. Let's see. 5.31 divided into 24, 22 cents an hour. That's what it works out to. So the cost of running a power station needs to be really low. Like, people always talk about the price of stuff. Well, that's essentially what you got to look at. So, because I mean, if you're going to use this thing and it's going to be for other people, then it's going to be effective. So, look, our power station idea will definitely have that. Like I said, it's got a fair bit to go. I've got a lot of drawings to do up, and I've got a lot to write out so that it makes sense, that it's factual, that it's not jumping ahead or doing anything crazy. You know, that this is just basically, it's basically, it is what it is, you know. Geez, the quality on that camera is really good. Like, that couch back there looks very deep. Like, it looks like the actual couch. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's essentially, like I said, I'm going to do it properly. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm not expecting a huge amount, but if some chance that the government officials go, I'll send it to every government, right? Okay, so I'm going to send it to the Labor government, the federal government, the state governments. We'll see. If the idea is sound, there is no reason why it can't be taken to the next level. And at least it could potentially help a lot of people. It is, like I said, it is just similar to the gravity battery, except ours is better. Ours is way better. The Swiss gravity battery is stupid. They use concrete cinder blocks. You got to pick up. Okay, now look, this is just logic here, right? So let's say I want to drop one cinder block, right? And I want to create some energy. So, you know, you're dropping the block and you're creating some energy. Well, to pick it up, now I need two cinder blocks. Why did they use concrete? Concrete is such a daft idea. I just don't even know where to, like, what were they thinking? Concrete, something that doesn't change its mass or weight. And you're going to have to pick it up and take it back to the top to get the same energy. So it's like double the energy to get it back. It's dumb. You people are dumb. Why you chose concrete, I will never know. You live in the friggin' mountains and you choose concrete. People are dumb. So what else is new? Okay, so this whole Trump thing. Now, this will get this podcast, if you can call it that. This will get this podcast shadow banned, of course, now that I'm going to talk about Trumpy, because I won't talk about him in a negative light. So, of course, that's going to get shadow banned, because we can't have old Trumpy getting spoken about in a positive light. Now, I'm not saying that anything he's done is positive. Of course, I think he's an idiot. I've always thought that. I mean, if you saw my original channel when he first ran for office, I never liked him. I never thought much of him. And I still don't. But I don't despise him, and I don't think, well, actually, look, for the Americans' sake, I think, okay, there's some things that he did that he absolutely deserves to be condemned for, and that is removing Obamacare. Obama fought for 8 years for universal health care so that Americans can have universal health care, which the rest of the first world has, but for some reason the Americans are backwards, don't have it. And that would have potentially stopped a lot of people getting, you know, a $400,000 bill or to get some heart surgery or something, or die. Of course, you'll choose die because you'll be like, well, I'm not going to, I'm not going to bankrupt my family in order for me to live. Like, that's stupid. Like, come on. Like, you're always going to choose die in that situation. Like, you're never going to go, oh, geez, I think my life's worth 400 grand. Most people would just go, nah, screw that. Like, I'll just live whatever life I've got, and if I die, I die. whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But look, Americans could have had that for free, so they could have got the health care they needed for free, and then Trump ripped that up. I mean, what a douchebag. Like, that was king douche level. Like, for sure. But what the mainstream media are trying to arrest him for, now I'll say mainstream media because they are the ones behind this. Rupert Murdoch Media and I guess you could say it's the American CBS or whatever, NBC or whatever, and of course the Democrats Party. Like, as soon as he's running for office, they'll charge you with sedition and, you know, to do with those riots that we tried to charge you with all them years ago and couldn't do it. Like, come on, guys. Like, as bad as Trump is, yeah, that was 4 years ago or whatever it was. It was like 3 years ago, and you didn't charge him then. You didn't charge him then when you had all the power to do that. But no, you want to charge him when he runs for office again. Rigging. Wait, is that slow clap? Oh, hang on, slow clap. Yes. Wait, or is it more, the slow clap more like this? Yeah? Okay. So at least make your rigging of the election look less thin. I mean, look, I personally didn't think that he'd lost the previous election to Biden. I mean, he was winning by 3 states, and then all of a sudden, all these postal votes just magically appear like out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? Like, magic. Magic. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, guys. Come on. And I bet you half those votes, if you checked them, they will be dead people. That's what they always do in America when they want extra votes. Dead people vote again, magically. Magic. Anyway, so of course those people were ticked off. And you know what they say, like, like these people, like there was like 1,000 people and they stormed the Capitol. 1,000 people just walked in because you left the doors unlocked and left the doors open to a public area. It wasn't you know what storming the Capitol would be? Like pulling up in Toyota Hiluxes with friggin' machine guns and missile launchers attached going, you're going to do what we say or we're going to use these weapons. Like, come on, people. That was just a bunch of drunken hillbillies, like getting a free tour of the building, and then you shot 2 of the people. Come on. Like 2 people got murdered, and that was your fault for not having proper security. Will Trump go to jail? No, Trump's not going. The Flaming Arrow was asking if Trump was going to jail. Well, the answer is no. He won't go to jail. Probably. He's a billionaire. How is Trump going to go to jail? He hires the best fast-talking lawyers in the world in America. He's not going to jail. Secondly, the crimes that they've accused him of have passed their due date. Like, you can't just bring up something and go, oh, by the way, this person has done these crimes. Well, why didn't you say something when he did them? That was dumb. I'm calling it, he's going to jail. All right. I will bet you a $5 scratchy, Flaming Arrow. $5 scratchy. He won't go to jail. I'm serious. I will get $5 whole, put it on a scratchy, and I will be like, there. Whoever wins, you don't have to contribute to the scratchy. If you don't win, it doesn't matter. Like if I win, you don't have to pay me. But that's what I'm prepared to bet. A $5 scratchy, he won't go to jail. Because one, Biden has done the same thing as him. You know, he's taken documents out and declassified them. That is something that um, that all the presidents have done. But I suppose because Trump is a celebrity, he's not allowed to, even though he's an idiot. But yeah, like, all right, he's going to add Florence Supermax. I don't look. I look. If he's arrested for a federal crime, which is what he's being charged with, which I believe is the sedition and is it the storming of the Capitol. He's supposed to be responsible for that. And like I said, it wasn't really a storming of the Capitol. It was a bunch of drunken hillbillies that walked into a building that was unlocked because people left the doors unlocked instead of just, locking the doors and telling people that if you go into the building, you're going to get shot, which is what happened. But, like personally, I think the security completely failed on that aspect. As an ex-security guard, they did a terrible job. Yes, I'll see you then. I will see you then. But he won't go to jail. He won't go to jail. I'm telling you that now. So they're the supposed two crimes. He took documents out of the White House and declassified them. Well, any president's allowed to do that, so it's not really a crime. It's just kind of, it's dumb, really. I'm not really sure why you would even bother. Like, I genuinely don't understand that aspect. Okay, mate. I'll see you later. You enjoy work. So that aspect is dumb, I guess. And then the other aspect is, that that he was somehow responsible for that. He won't get charged with the storming of the Capitol. All right, so he's not going to get that because how could you prove that he personally told these people you have to go to the Capitol and fight for my presidency, whatever. And look, I can understand being butthurt about losing an election. That's fine. A lot of people get butthurt for losing elections. I'll be honest. When the Liberals kept winning in Australia, I was a bit butthurt for a while. Yeah, I was like, wasn't real happy that they kept winning. Like they'd won for 25 years. Like if you look at the last 30 odd years in Australia of elections, the Liberals won 90% of them. I just couldn't understand why people were so dumb to keep voting for the big business party. Like, big business party is not looking out for you. You mean nothing. You're a peon to the big business party. They don't care about you. Stop thinking that they give a shit about you and they're good with money. They're bad with money. Look at our debt versus our GDP. Talking about our debt's like $1 trillion. A freaking $1 trillion. We're not talking about a little bit of money. We're talking about $1,000 billion. And $1 billion is $1,000 million. I don't even know what to say to that. Why aren't we paying that shit back? Even the Labor government. I checked the stats. They are not paying it back. They are not paying it back. And I checked it versus the 70s when we racked up a big debt, and how we paid it back. We not followed that same strategy. I'm serious, people. Look it up. Look it up. Look up how like the debt thing and what we did. There is a history of what we've done in the past to fix it. We're not following that path. We're just going, we're just going to keep borrowing money. Well, who's lending us this money? Why are they lending us money? Even America, why are they lending the Americans money? Like, I'd just be like, dude, you owe us $34 trillion. Even the Chinese government owes $31 trillion. I'm sorry, but if I'm a lender that has money, I'm not giving it to someone that doesn't pay money back. Like, please explain to me how that works. how it works that you can borrow money and you don't have to pay it back. It doesn't make any sense. That's not how loans work. Loans do not work that way. There's no operating. Yeah, right. So they keep talking about Trump and him going to jail, all right, and he's responsible for the capital. My question, and this is another reason this stream will get shadow banned. My question to the world, because it keeps getting ignored. Remember Black Lives Matter. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Oh, police bad, so let's burn everyone's buildings down because the supermarket down the road has what to do with policing and what to do with, it's just looting. Let's call it what it is. It's looting and theft, and it's destruction of property. So there's that. And they literally put entire cities to the flipping torch and destroyed so much. Destroyed and just wrecked everything. And you know what? I have personally seen a video footage of a Black Lives Matter protester going up to someone holding their grocery bag, who they accused the person wasn't. It was not that it's a validation for killing. Of course not. Nothing's a validation for killing. Let me make that absolutely clear. Nothing gives anyone the right to go out and hurt someone else or kill someone. Right? That's no. No one has that right. You can't do that. Not ever. Just get that out of your mind. But this person from Black Lives Matter said, "Oh, this person's a Trump supporter." Gets out a gun, goes bang, just caps him right. Just shoots him right in the friggin' head. Bang, right there, dead on the spot. Black Lives Matter did that. Black Lives Matter are a bunch of murderers. All right? They're murderers. They deserve to go to jail and be hanged or shot for their crimes. Period. They do not deserve to have mansions built. Why aren't they facing jail for what they did? Why aren't the Democratic Party, who supported these idiots, facing criminal charges like they're doing with Trump? Let's call a spade a spade. Fair is fair. Billions of dollars. I'm talking billions of dollars of destruction. Let's just exclude the murder or murderers. Let's exclude the murdering. All right? Let's exclude that. They still did billions of dollars of destruction to people's cities and homes and everything because they were, finger quote, Trump supporters or whatever. Who the friggin' hell cares who someone supports or doesn't support? Someone can, you can go and vote for whoever you want. That is the point of a free society. That is why we have the ability to vote, right? It's not about who you think is right. It's about who the public think is right. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Why isn't it that Black Lives Matter are not in jail? Their leaders should all be in jail, and the people that support them, who paid for their cause, like George Soros, should be in jail. George Soros should be in jail, and he should be Harvey Weinstein. Now I'm going on a bit of a rant here, but I hate Black Lives Matter. I can't stand them. I really can't. They don't stand for equality. They stand for racial discrimination against white people, and they stand for the destruction of Western society. I love Western society, and I will protect Western society. I'm bar humbug to those people that want to destroy what has given them freedom for so long, right? Freedom and love and given them everything they have. All their mansions and everything, all their right to do billions of dollars of destruction and get away with it scot-free. That's all because of Western society. It isn't because of if you did that in an Arab country, they would throw you off a building. I'm not joking. That's what would happen. They don't care in an Arab country. They'd just be like, Oh, we're not going to muck around with you. Off the building you go. Done. Another useless person in society dealt with. I mean, if you're a dog bludger in Arab countries, they throw you off the building probably. Probably. Actually, brainstorming here. So you hear about the oppressive nature of Islam, right? And how Islamic countries, it's why Islamic people in Islamic countries want to come to free, nice countries, safe countries like Western countries. Because if we're so bad, why would you want to come here? Like, but yeah. Anyway, look, all jokes aside, yeah. I'm just curious. You know how the women outnumber the men in Arab countries, and they're traded for camels, and they're treated like an object. And there's usually like one man has like 4 wives. I don't know how you can manage 4 wives, but good luck to you. Personally, I think that's greed. That's greed. The fact that you should share your love with one person, not with 4, but I'm not sure how that could possibly work. So again, I guess I'm against monogamy. Well, duh, of course I'm against monogamy. I don't think much of it at all. I don't see how you could love a person and not be jealous or selfish to keep the love to that person. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, whatever. Look. Okay. So, like how with Islam, so yeah, we're getting to the. So one man has like 4 wives. Crazy person, but whatever. We know that this is a fact. Now we know that the men are horrible to their wives. They're physically violent to them. They don't show love. They don't know how to show love. But love is not something that's taught in Islam. Like, you don't teach love in their society rules. Like, you can't love in a society like that. Anyway, basically, why don't the women like grow a brain and work out like, hey, we outnumber the guys. All we have to do is have a day off. The day of what must be done. Yes, that's what it'll be called. The day of what must be done. The final solution, if you will. Where some of the wives sleep with the men like a lot till they've nothing left in the tank and they want to sleep. And the other wives come in, they all grab knives, and they all like bring in knives, and then just stab. That's it. What must be done is done. And then all the oppressive men in Islam and the patriarchal society thing is gone, dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure you must be thinking, hey, he's right. The women do outnumber the men, and they are oppressed. So why the hell haven't they done that already? Like, I'm sure they've got women's groups and everything. It could be arranged, could be organized. Say, like, I don't know, the 4th of October, they all go, you know what? Let's do what must be done. Done. Dealt with. No more oppressive asshole rulers. Like, it's dealt with. It's done. These people will never hurt anyone ever again. Their Sharia law, which was supposed to run a country, which, by the way, has failed miserably. All right? Islamic countries that run by Sharia law, I want you to look at your economy and your lifestyle and your country versus the West. Tell me, if our priorities are so bad, why are we doing it so much better than you? Like, why is our country so much better than yours? Like, you've had all the opportunity to earn money the same. You've had all the opportunity to have the same education. Like, We're talking about the internet, where every bit of information across the world is like pretty much free, and you can have, you can be as smart as you want to be. You know, you can have as many opportunities as you want. But in your countries are garbage compared to the West. Garbage countries. I look at Afghanistan, 2 years since the Taliban took over. Absolute trash pile. It's a dumpster fire. Afghanistan is a dumpster fire. It's terrible. It is. Forget it. Just forget it. It's done. Like, you know, those are a perfect example of what happens when Islam takes over a relatively free country at the time. It just totally destroys it. My question is to the Afghanistan people, is there was like 80,000 Taliban warriors, give or take. There was 20 million, 25 million, or between 20 and 25 million Afghani people. Why couldn't you just stop them? Like, you outnumbered them like 1,000 to 1. You could have just, no, all right, stop. And then, you know, beat the shit out of them until they died. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they had machine guns, but you had rocks. You could have, like, once you kill one, you take the gun and then you start chasing them down and shooting the rest of them. I mean, you had knives, you had axes. You could have run them over with your car, like, you know, or your trucks or whatever. Like, you could have just squashed them. But no. So how did you lose to the friggin' Taliban, who had 80,000 guys and crumpy AK-47s and light machine guns? I mean, the Afghani military left American weapons, which were completely superior to the Taliban's. And I'm pretty sure the Afghani military was like 100,000 or something. So you had more guys just in the military alone, and you still lost to the friggin' Taliban. I mean, that tells the world what you thought was what was more better. But I'm telling you, Afghanistan, especially in hindsight, looking at it from 2 years from now, from where you were, how epically you failed and showed how poor of a governance system Islam is for running any country. And that is why, one of the reasons why Christianity is right and Islam is wrong. Because I mean, look at the pride and and the ability of Christian countries, and look at Islam. Look at it. You don't even have to, like, the average Christian versus the average Muslim in these countries. It's like significantly, like, the average Christian is significantly better off than the Muslim. Like, this is just that. So now that I've finished my tirade on Islam, I think, cat's meowing at me. Come here, Pussycat. You can come here. She probably wants food. That's I will say, I don't understand why this housing crisis has. Here, come here. Come here. Come here, my girl. What are you doing standing out of reach like that? Yeah, we'll feed you. Just come here. Come here. Come here. Come to Steve. Come to Steve. Come to Steve. To Steve. Yeah, come to Steve. Come, say hello. Push, push. Pushy. Come here. Come here. Anyway, so what was I saying? I forgot. I'm trying to think. I know, don't think too hard. You might give yourself a headache. Ha ha ha. That was a good one. Yeah. So, oh well, look, I think I was talking about Islam, but I think it's already said what needs to be said. Look, personally, I consider the religion of Islam a complete failure compared to Christianity. That's, and I think the reason for that is because Christianity is true and Islam is not. That's why. Yes, I'm sure that's going to annoy a lot of people, but I'll tell you one thing. There's over 2.5 billion Christians and there's only 1.5 billion Muslims. That should tell you who's right. By weight of numbers, peer pressure, and also by financial success. Financial success should tell you. Like, look, let's take this out of the equation. Let's say oil never had a big role in the making of money in Christian countries or Islamic countries. What would the vast difference even like? It would be so much more vast. Like the difference, you'd just be like, well, oh, that's right, the housing crisis. Oh yeah, actually, the housing crisis is that is part of like basically look. The reason why this is so bad is to do with China, okay? Because we have a free market in the West, basically the Chinese millionaires and billionaires have gone, well, we want to own like real estate galore because it's good, like owning land is good for money, like, and dumb enough that we are, our system allows it to buy property. And that obviously pushes a lot of the locals out of the market. That's where that problem comes from. You can blame the Chinese for the in Western countries for all the because there isn't less houses. There isn't suddenly less houses and more people, and you're going, oh, it's because a lot of there's that. There's the Chinese pushing locals out of their houses, and then there's also so it's a cultural war. Like the Chinese are trying to buy us out of our own world. I gotta say it was a smart strategy, but can ultimately fail if we all just turn around and say, nah, all your properties are now just going to get sold for the lowest market value, and it'll get sold to locals. That's how I would get rid of them. I'd be like, so some Chinese person came in and shafted some local. Like, I bought this house for $500,000. We use it as an Airbnb, whatever. And then the government goes around and goes, oh, you know what? You don't live in this country, you don't pay taxes. We're selling that house at the lowest denominator market value, which is like 200,000. You just lost 300,000. So eggs to you, China. Eggs to you. Yeah, that's how I'd get rid of that. That would solve that problem in like a week. There's all those people that come in and buy all that property that they don't use and go, oh, we're going to lose a lot of money if we buy Western country housing. It's not going to work. They'll shaft us out of our business of shafting them. In saying that, actually, there was a company, let's see if I can find it. I think it was called Flannery Associates. Really worth looking into, very interesting. It got a, hang on, Flannery, yes, Flannery. Flannery Associates. It's FL. Okay, look, let me do this in talk that you can not make a mistake. Foxtrot, Lima, Alpha, November, November, Echo, Romeo, Yankee, Associates, Alpha, Sierra, Sierra, Oscar, Charlie, Italy, Alpha, Tango, Echo, Sierra. I think I stuffed up I, but if you type in that LLC, that's Lima Lima Charlie, the Flannery Associates LLC, you will find that they bought a ton of land, like so much land, and it's actually got the government in America going, what the hell? Because they bought a whole bunch of land near a military airbase. Come here. Don't just meow at me. That's rude. Come here. Say hello. No, no. You don't run away now. Say hello. Say hello. Sorry. Got wrapped up in the cord there. There you go. Yeah, look. The camera. The camera. Hang on. There. See? You're on camera now. Say hello. You can meow now. You can meow now. You can meow. I know you're hungry. I will feed you. I will feed you. Just relax. You didn't even eat your breakfast. I'm not sure why you're so upset. Still sitting there. Yes. What is she doing? She is sitting on my lap. Look, sorry, but you can step on the keyboard. I'll let you do that. You can step on the keyboard. I'll let you step on the keyboard. Go on, step on the keyboard. What makes you think that I would? Of course I'm going to feed you. Of course I am. Why wouldn't I? Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, you want to go? There you go. Yeah, look up Flannery and Associates. Very interesting. Definitely, they say that China's no Chinese involvement, but looks very China-y. That's all I'll say. We're talking like huge swathes of land. Actually, interestingly enough, let's see if I can find it for you. The lawyers to do with Flannery and Associates. Lawyers. His name Michael. Was it Murto or something? Not Michael. Ah, damn it. I don't remember who. Lawyer. That's. I did some Googling on him, that's all, and I found out quite a bit about him. Well, not really, but as much as anyone can find out. I'm not finding it now. But the organization that the court case, let's try court case. Damn it. Hang on. I'm just trying to do some Googling here just to see if I can get the court case. What's the guy's name? Aha, Michael H. Menitove. Let me just show you. I can't really show you, but maybe I can. I don't know. I'm not really that good at this stuff. If I type in Michael H. Menitove, oh, for goodness sake. He works for a company that does antitrust competition. What the hell is even that? What kind of lawyer does antitrust competition? That sounds dodgy as fuck. Like, that sounds like some illegal shit. Michael Menitove represents clients in antitrust and complex litigation matters across a broad range of industries, including healthcare, agriculture, technology, and sports. Well, in this case, he's dealing with agriculture. But look, I'm sure he's a very honest human being, and I'm sure that what he does is completely legal, etc. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing that for work. But what the hell is antitrust? I've never even heard of that, but it sounds dodgy. If someone said to you they are an antitrust lawyer, like, you'd be like looking at them like, I'm sorry, what? What even is that? Like, how can you be a lawyer for something that doesn't even exist? Like, how is that even a thing? Like, I'm sure there's like some logical explanation that I don't understand about American law. They can turn around and go, got you there, Steve. Like, nah, you're wrong. Like, this is how it is. Like, I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. I'm not going to say there isn't. I just don't understand. But if someone said to me that they were an antitrust lawyer, I would definitely be saying, sounds dodgy. I mean, if someone said to me, an antitrust lawyer is suing you for antitrust, I'd be looking at them like, I've never heard of that. What even is that? How can you be sued for something that doesn't exist? That's like getting sued because there's unicorns. Like, there's no unicorns. But, being sued for unicorns, right? Like, that's how stupid it is to me. I suppose, like I said, I don't understand American law. Maybe there's a perfectly logical explanation that I don't understand. And they'll probably say, yeah, there is. Like, that's a normal thing. Like, but I've never heard of antitrust. And look, the whole reason that they were suing people in America was because this is the case. The Flannery Associates had bought all this land and said that the people had sold this land to them at exorbitant prices. Well, someone's going up and buying up all the land and you want to sell up. And, they're paying whatever. Like, of course you're going to say to them, I'll sell it to you for a really high price because I wasn't looking to sell, but okay, if I can move on with my life to a different chapter, then let's do it. And, like, I'm sorry, but I don't think the Flannery Associates have a case at all because I don't see how. Like, you're talking about you had the option to buy the land or not buy the land. That was your decision to buy the land. So the fact that you chose to buy the land at exorbitant fees It's your own fault. Antitrust or not, there's no legal rule saying that you have to sell or that you have to sell at a certain price. There's no thing saying you have to sell. There's no thing saying that you have to sell at any particular price. You can ask for whatever price. Free society, free capitalism. Bang. That's what that is. Sorry, Michael H. Menatove, I'm not a lawyer, but I can tell you that going by our own system, which is the free market, you can ask for whatever you want. And if someone's dumb enough to pay it, if it's way over market value, well, that's your own fault. That's the person buying its fault. They chose to pay above market rates. I'm sorry, but that's capitalism. That's how capitalism works. It's totally your choice. If you don't like it, don't buy. Simple. You can't sue someone for that. That's just you being dumb. So there you go. That's my impression of Flannery Associates case. I want to see who comes to the court house, because Flannery Associates have not actually put a public person to say, this is our company, this is what we stand for, this is who runs it, blah, blah, blah. Very interesting. Look it up. Flannery Associates, definitely worth looking into. It's got the American government spooked. Very, very interesting. Not a lot of information about them. They haven't existed for a long time, and they seem to be some sort of wanting to get diverse portfolio. It's very sus. The whole thing is very sus. Hopefully, the American government can sort that mess out and go, okay, let's see what's going on here, and no more bullshit. Everyone comes forward and says who they are, what they're doing here, what their investment into this company is, what your plans are, what are you doing? Like, no more hiding behind lawyers. You got to come forward. There's no secret organization allowed. Come forward and tell us what the hell you're doing. That's what should happen. And I think that will happen, because if you buy up a bunch of land near Travis Air Force Base, I'm pretty sure you're going to piss off the American government, because they're going to be like, yeah, well, we fly a lot of planes out of there. Don't really want the Chinese government looking into that. So you've got to come forward and show us who you are and what you're doing. That's the case. Well, I figured we could run this stream for a little bit, but I don't really have anything else to talk about. That about wraps it up. Peace. Take care, people. Better go feed the cat before she gets peed off. Peace out. Take care.